Okay, I do have a real-world example of a pyramid. I have a paperweight here, so I'm going to turn it over so you can kind of see it's a pyramid. And just like with the other ones, I'm going to measure the dimensions. So if I take my ruler, actually measure this one in inches, I get about a 3-inch base. So my length is 3 inches. If I turn it, my width is also 3 inches, which makes it a square pyramid. And it's going to be harder to measure the height, so what I'm going to do is measure the slant height. So I'm going to measure the distance of the face of the triangle, and that's going to be my slant height. If you have a pyramid online, then it'll probably give you the height instead, and it is 4 7/8, not quite 5 inches. So the slant height is going to be 4.9375. It's not quite 5 inches. So that means I need to find my height. How tall is my pyramid? So just like I did with the cone, I'm going to use Pythagorean Theorem. So if I draw a little sketch here, there's my base, and each side is 3. And then I have the point of my pyramid. And I want to find the height. The height is going to go from that point straight down to the middle of the pyramid. That's H. So from the middle of the pyramid out to the edge, well, that's in the middle. So that's halfway through. So halfway through of 3 is 1.5. Okay, so whatever half your base is, that's going to be your leg of your right triangle, because those are going to be perpendicular. Okay, then I have that face of the triangle, which I measured to be 4.9375. That's the slant height. So again, I'm going to use Pythagorean Theorem. So this time I'm going to have the height squared plus 1.5 squared equals the 4.9375 squared. Okay, that's going to give me h squared plus 2.25 squared, and that's going to give me about 24.38 when I square the 4.9375. I'm going to subtract the 2.25. Oops, I don't need that square there. I've already squared it. And I get h squared is equal to 22.13. And then I need to square root both sides, because I just need 1h. And my height is going to be 4.704, and that's going to be in inches. Oh, forgot my inches up here. So 4.704 inches is going to represent the height of my pyramid. And now I have everything I need to calculate my pyramid. So let me refer back to the formula. We're doing surface area. We're going to need the area of the base. So my base is a square plus 1/2 perimeter times the slant height. I have the slant height. And then for volume, I need 1/3 the area of the base times the height. And we have just calculated our height. So we have everything we need to calculate the surface area and volume. So surface area is the area of the base plus 1/2 times the perimeter times the slant height. So the area of the base is a square, so that means I'm going to have my side squared plus 1/2. My perimeter, since it's a square, I have 4 sides that are 3. And then my slant height I measured to be 4.9375. Oops, that should be a plus sign. So my surface area is going to equal 9. That's the area of the base. And my lateral area is going to be 29.625. That's the 1/2 perimeter times slant height. So my total surface area is going to be 38.625 inches squared. That's my surface area. Okay, my volume is going to be 1/3 area of the base times height. So there's 1/3, and the area of my base was 3 squared. And then the height we had to calculate, 4.704. And I'm going to multiply all of that together, and I get 14.112, and this is going to be inches cubed. And there's my volume. Okay, so recap. I measured the length of my pyramid. I measured my width. A lot of the pyramids out in nature are square, so they may just tell you what the base is. If they tell you the base and they tell you it's a square pyramid, then your length and width are going to be the same, like my example. I measured the slant height. Okay, I measured the height of my triangle here instead of the height of the pyramid. Okay, it was easier to measure here than to set it up and measure how tall it was. But I calculated my height using Pythagorean Theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So since that height hits my pyramid right in the middle, if my whole side is 3, then right from the middle is going to be 1.5. So I could calculate that. My slant height was 4.9375. That becomes my hypotenuse. And then I find my height. Height squared plus 1.5 squared equals 4.9375 squared using Pythagorean Theorem. I get a height of 4.704. Okay, then I substitute into my formulas. Okay. Good luck on finding surface area and volume of pyramids.